Hello, my name is Terry Rivenbark, and I will be analyzing Prince and Knight by Daniel Haack and illustrated by Stevie Lewis. This picture book was published in 2018 by Little Bee Books in partnership with GLAAD, an LGBTQ organization. The hardcover book measures 10 by 8.5 inches, includes a matching dust cover, and is targeted demographic 4 to 8-year-old children.
Prince and Knight. Words by Daniel Haack. Pictures by Stevie Lewis. This fairy tale about a single, handsome, and sincere prince who is soon to become king is in need of a bride. So together with his parents, they begin traveling all the distant lands in hopes to find the perfect princess that will make the prince happy. But maybe the prince is looking for something or someone different. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far from here, lived a charming prince who was handsome and sincere. His parents knew that soon it would be time he took the throne, but with a kingdom so grand, the prince could not rule alone. So the three of them set out and traveled far and wide on a quest to find the prince, a kind and worthy bride.
The author, Daniel Haack, uses traditional devices in this modern spin on a fairy tale. His words rhyme and flow throughout the whole story, captivating his reader in this timeless yet unique narrative.
The illustrator, Stevie Lewis, uses digital illustrations as her medium, creating bold and modern images that fill each page, and complementary interaction between illustration and text that immerses us in the fairy tale world. Her use of line is vivid and geometric, especially in the use of surrounding landscape and within the characters themselves. Saturated colors of reds and blues, purples, greens, and oranges are welcoming, while the use of shadow and light adds depth and emotion to the story as it progresses. The use of darker colors create a mood of bewilderment, signify an emotional barrier, or arise during conflict. In this example, we see a very long table with the prince illuminated by light on one end, and his parents, the king and queen, on the opposite side of the table, with very worried expressions, sitting mostly in the dark. Even the chandelier above them isn't lit. They would be sitting in almost complete darkness if not for the candelabra in front of their faces. While the use of contrasting light and the very straight lines of the characters' backs, you can feel the tension within this image. The prince heard the dreadful news, and he raced home with all his might. To protect his precious realm, the prince was ready for a fight. The use of light is a constant tool used throughout the story. Light signifies affection and acceptance, and it assures the reader of our prince's virtue and goodness, as it does here. Notice how the illustration emphasizes the text. The prince and his steed are cast in bright light while surrounded by darkness. He is running toward danger because he is noble, brave, and loyal to his people. This is evident in the expressions of determination that he and the horse share. I also love the movement of this image. It's as if they'll gallop right off the page. They are gearing for battle. The author, Daniel Haack, and illustrator, Stevie Lewis, have created a world in which inclusivity and tolerance reign supreme. The only conflict faced by the prince is from a magical creature and not from the people of the kingdom. There is no widespread hesitation or pushback. His mother and father, the king and queen, and their subjects embrace the prince and his new love. It is the most natural event in the world because, like all the other fairy tales, they lived happily ever after.
This picture book is for every child of any circumstance. It is not meant solely for certain children or from kids from certain homes. In a time in which state governments are attempting to censor the literature taught in public schools, this book stands as a beacon of hope, simply because it exists. It is an unabashed celebration of love, and I would highly recommend it to any child or adult.